So this tick seed that I have here in this bed behind the zinnias and in front of the tomatoes that are in the very, very back row. This tick seed is getting crazy. It's getting really crazy. So I'm thinking of trimming it back, and then I'll have more room in this bed here for more vegetables. But the zinnias are looking beautiful, really pretty. I put some organza bags there on this soft pink color, because that is, I think, my new favorite. Love the soft pink. And this is all volunteers. All of these are volunteers. Probably a lot of these zinnias are going to come out to this Violet Queen. It's everywhere, and it's gorgeous, but it's taking up so much bed space. I'd rather have more of this bed here for vegetables, mainly peppers, because I am seriously lacking in the pepper department right now. Anyway, I think I'm gonna take out all this beggar's tick seed, or at least cut it back. I'm gonna cut it down. It's kind of a hedge. Maybe I'll make it into a hedge, I don't know. But my tomatoes on the other side, since that's the north side, they're suffering a bit for some sunlight, so let's do that. That was a giant grasshopper that just flew over my head. Didn't like that at all. All the flowers that I'm ripping out today, I'm just cutting them off at the base instead of pulling them out by the root, just because I keep hearing, and I forgot, I heard this last year, but if you leave the roots in the ground to like decompose and rot in the ground, all those nutrients that were brought down from the sun through the plant, stored in the roots, it will be re-released back into the soil as those roots rot. So same with these cosmos. Don't be sad, because these have already reseeded themselves in this bed, but they're just in the way right now. We'll have more of this cosmic orange cosmos before the summer's over. Okay. Okay, let there be light. Now I can finish trimming the tick seed. Kind of trimming it into a hedge. Whew, I gotta take a break. I'm overheating. So I guess now, honestly, I gotta get rid of some of these marigolds. There's too many. There are too many marigolds, and they're taking up a lot of this bed. There's too many marigolds in there. I'm going to deadhead the marigolds and save the flowers for tea, and then a lot of these plants are gonna come out. And I'll probably take out the bunching onions. Take out those bunching onions that you can't see, they're all blurry. I think it's gonna look good. Much more space for things. Okay. It's hot, it's getting late, but it's only Saturday. I have Sunday, and I'm also off on Monday, so I got some time. I really want to finish this up this weekend. There you go. Look at that. That is a pretty good magnolia marigold. It's a very good magnolia. Marigold. It's a really good marigold harvest. It's really good. Okay, so I'm done for today. It's hot. So I'm gonna have to get out here early tomorrow, like 6 a.m. early, like really early. I still want to rip things out. I'm still in like rip it out mode. But yeah, so onions pulled out. There's still some bulbs in the ground. I'll show you. And and I have noticed that some squirrels, Charles, have been stealing sunflower heads. I have several sunflowers that are missing their main head. Charles. In the house earlier today. And I saw Charles running through the garden bed, like through this bed here, like over to the neighbor's yard. I'm pretty sure he'd just been stealing sunflower heads, so. That's Chloe. Yeah, that dog. Okay, anyway. I'm gonna show you the onions that are in the ground here. And then I'm getting in the bathtub. All right, so when I pulled out all the onion stalks, not all the onion bulbs came out of the ground, so I will hand pull these. That dog, Chloe. Anyway, pull out these onions. I will probably chop them and dry them and make onion powder. Ugh, but yeah, these are amazing. I'm so glad I have these. Anyway, okay. So I'll finish picking onions and then I'm getting in the bath. And tomorrow morning we're starting early. Okay, bye. All right, so it's Sunday. Mr. Smith is out here with me today. He's gonna help me clean up. It's gotten a little crazy and out of control in here. So there's gonna be a lot of cleanup going on before I continue with the ripping out of plants and planting new things. So this section is basically a cleanup section. And maybe build some beds, we'll see. But we gotta get a lot of junk moved out of here. And then do some weed eating and cleaning up of stuff that I've already pulled out and just thrown on the ground. That's how I do things, so okay. Sun's already up. Didn't get out here as early as I wanted to, but it's gonna be fine. It's hot already. Okay. All right, here we go. So moving all the junk out and weed eating is done. The compost pile still has to be rebuilt, but we've swept it, raked it over to the side. So we're about to do the beds. I was measuring these beds over here. I just measured those beds. Well, one of them anyway, so I can get started. Or if I do two, leave them where they leave this one where it is, and then do the second one with this one, and then leave the middle. Put maybe a trellis. Maybe I could do a trellis arch over to connect the two beds, and that way I could have like cucumbers coming over. I like that. Okay. Okay, so we figured out there's only going to be 2 beds over here because the short pieces are 4 foot for these, and the short pieces over there are like 33 inches. So instead of doing 3 narrower beds, we're just going to have 2 wide beds, just to not have to go and recut wood and waste wood. Like, we'll just use what we have. So these will be bigger beds, and what I might consider doing is doing like a arch, like a fencing arch. I think I have some roll of fencing over there, and if I have more T-posts, I can do an arch over the 2 beds and then maybe climb something over there. So that sounds really good. Okay. All right, bye. Okay, it is 99 degrees again, and we're supposed to get up to 101. Still the same day from this morning. We have put the beds together this morning. Had to go inside the house for a few hours though to cool off, and hydrating, drinking lots of water. It's already starting to sweat back out. What I'm gonna attempt to do is build an arch with fencing, flimsy fencing, that I'm hoping I can arch and it will stay erect with a couple of T-posts. I only have 2 that are tall enough, so 1 on each side. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So I have this roll of fencing. It's just some galvanized 50-foot roll of fence. It's full of spider eggs and spider webs. It's been in the garage forever. I found 2 of these taller T-posts. So they're, I don't know, not quite 6 foot. And then I have these plastic poles. Those are like 12 foot. So what I want to do, I'm going to put a T-post on either side. I am going to attempt to erect the fencing. So I hope it's sturdy enough. It's not flimsy like the chicken wire. I'm hoping it's sturdy enough that it will actually stay in a dome shape and not collapse in the middle. So if it seems like it wants to collapse, I will then use the 12-foot post just to hold it. Maybe just put it at one end, maybe at the back or at the front, just to hold it up. And then I have these big, huge pieces of cardboard from when we had our new couches delivered. And so I want to put that cardboard in the middle and mulch that. So it's kind of like a walkway, you know. So I can just sort of walk through and have this cardboarded and mulched. And then I have some smaller pieces of cardboard just to put under the edges, just to make sure there's cardboard around the edge before I fill it, before I fill these beds, just so weeds don't come up like right on the edges and it's hard to pull out. So that's kind of the plan. So I don't know what's going to go in these beds yet. Vegetables, of course, but I'm not sure which ones. This bed is back in shade again. It's about 4, yeah, it's probably 4:30 in the afternoon. So we're back in shade over here again. I think the sun hits this area about 10:30. So from 10:30 until 4, it gets full sun. So, I mean, that's a good chunk of sun. I should be able to grow some things. I will be planting, same as those beds over there, I'll be planting in the dirt. Like, I'm going to add dirt, but it's going to go into the actual soil. They're not raised. I mean, that's like a 2-inch raised bed. So they're basically being grown in the ground. And I'll just have to look at my seeds and see what I want to put there. Anyway, I'm just yapping. Okay, so let me quit talking.
gonna go get some zip ties. It's always my go-to. Okay, it's gonna be tricky. So I am gonna need some center arch support. I need center arch support so that it doesn't fall down in the middle, which means I gotta think on it. And I may have to get some suggestions from Mr. Smith. So I may have to table the arch for a minute. I still want to get some things done though while I'm outside before I go in. I think I am going to maybe take out my corn because that's done. Charles took all the good ears. I got one. And I got to take out this dead squash for sure. And I saw another squash vine board today, so they're not gone. But I've already had to treat vine board damage on my pumpkins, my baby boo white pumpkins. They're small, but that vine board got in there. Anyway, okay. All right, let me pull out this old squash. Let me pull out my corn while I'm thinking about this arch here. Okay. Well, we're getting some drops of rain. Very few. I don't know if you can hear it. There's little dots on the cardboard there. It is sprinkling with the sun shining. I don't know if you can see those raindrops in front of me. I don't know if the camera can pick them up since the sun is out, but it sure enough is raining. There, see? It's raining. Actually, it's raining more in my neighbor's yard than in mine. But got a few drops. We need a heck of a lot more than this though. Look at that nonsense. Look at all those squash bugs. Look at all that damage. The vine borer blowout. It's crazy. So that is vine borer larvae casing. So vine borer went through its life cycle, eating my squash, burrowing into the ground, making this little cocoon, and then hatching out. So that sucks. The squash is out. This is now a blank slate. I don't know if I'm going to replant squash here or if it'd be better to plant something else. And then when I do more squash, maybe do my squash over here or something. Anyway, I have to figure that out. So squash is out next. Let me pull the corn, and then I think I'm gonna have to call it a night. I'm tired. It's a hot mess. Like, it's literally a hot mess. It's literally hot, and it's keeping me from getting it done because it's too flippin' hot to work out here. I'm gonna try to get it done this weekend, but I think we're gonna stop at Potager Days Part 4, and the next time I film this potager, it's going to be because it's finished and we're ready to resume our regularly scheduled program of, is that a fly? Fly wants my wine. Okay, I know this is a big one. It's another reason I'm not out here working as much, because I can't be out here drinking my wine. I will die. It's too hot. will literally die. So I'm out here just to show you how hot of a mess it is, because then it's going to be even more impressive when you come see it. Again, that dog. Anyway, let me turn the camera around and I will show you my hot mess. Okay, so I am trying to do an arch trellis here. I'm trying, but I don't know what's going to happen. I've got my boxes laid out. I've got my cardboard in there. I've got my fencing, but the fencing is too flimsy. So I've got a 12-foot pole holding it up, and I'm going to ask Mr. Smith to come help me figure out how to get that to stay up there when there's like melons and gourds and things hanging off of it. So I'm going to work on that. The beds are looking good. There's some surprises. Oh, there's a big old giant pumpkin there. Things have grown because I'm taking so long. Look at all these beans, and that's like acorn squash. There's so many things. Look at all this junk. I still haven't rebuilt my compost since I took it apart. Junk. This is going back in the compost. That coleus has got huge. I've got some petunias that I got at Antique Rose Emporium when my mom was here, like Mother's Day weekend. How long ago was that? Those need to get in the ground. Got sweet potatoes that my friend Monty Momo gave me. That's got to get in the ground. I cut down the corn. The frickin' squirrels have been stealing all the sunflower heads. Look, I had sunflower heads way up there. They're gone. But these, look, knocked over. Look what Charles did to that sunflower. It's on the ground. Anyway, I took out the corn. The beans didn't do anything. They kept rotting. Like the beans would get up a certain size and they would just rot. So, anyway, my beans over here are doing great though. The Thai soldier beans, those are doing lovely. This trellis is working perfectly. So, and I've been eating all the beans off of it. Just been eating them out here while I'm working. Pumpkin's doing great there. But I have squash vine board damage already. I've already had to treat that one. Yeah, everything's dry. Our lemon balm just looks dead. Look, the grass is all crunchy, which is fine. I'm gonna cover this with mulch anyway. Yeah, everything's dry. Everything's tired and it's hot. My tomatoes, they're almost completely just gone. It's sad. I had high hopes for this garden and it's really sad. But yeah, look at that. Stolen heads. Stolen sunflower heads. Ding dang squirrels. I guess they're hungry and thirsty. But I'll come back out here later and water these plants. Look, I haven't even been picking my okra. Look at that hard woody spear. That's not edible. That little one might be, but these are not. Oh, my straw flower is about to bloom. It's almost there. I had to put a bag on it because the damn leaf-footed bugs they were all crowded around the neck, just sucking the sap out of it. Anyway, straw flowers are beautiful. Took out the dead squash, of course. Anyway, this is my destruction. But that arch is going to be good if I can get it going. That's going to be great. We've got some roses. Ooh, pretty. Oh, there's a butterfly. Hello. Or a moth, something. Adorable. Thank you for staying still. Okay, I have some other flowers here. Yeah, cool. Okay. Well, I'll come out later to water, but things are not doing well. I even think my Kajari melon that had started, like this one didn't get pollinated good because it hasn't grown at all. And then I had a Kajari melon here. Yeah, it got bigger, but then it's turning yellow. That's probably dying. Ugh, anyway. Okay, I was only talking to you for a few minutes. It's like 102, I think, today. It's too hot. So I'm gonna go back inside. It's running into my eyes and with sweat. I can't even be out here because it's so hot, and then I get overwhelmed because there's so much to do and it's so hot. So my hair's sticking to me. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I'm miserable. Anyway, this is the end. This is the end of part 4 of Potager Days. And I will see you at a later date. Thanks for watching.